That's right, boys and girls. We're back once again with another live show right here over on Twitch. Deep into the old Copa America we are right now, as in this one, this live stream / later upload, we are taking a look at Matchday 2 in Group C in the 2019 Copa America. It gets confusing right about now, folks, because we are, in fact, later on today, we're going to launch our live Africa Cup of Nations show. So that's going to be a little bit later on. But anyway, let's waste no more time and fire up the intro. As you can see there, that was the wrong intro, but anyway, on the re-upload, the right intro will be in there. So we are taking a look at Group C in the 2019 Copa America, and we're going to obviously take a look back at the predictions made in the last stream, which was last week. So if you are watching on home via YouTube, make sure you smash your subscribe button, smash the thumbs up and all that kind of good stuff. If you are watching on the Twitch, whether it is live right here, right now, or on the later the Twitcher sphere, make sure you smash that follow button. I'm trying to push my followers up to 50, hopefully by September, when we'll do regular live shows on weekends for the old Blackburn Rovers games when they come around. But anyway, let's get cracking and take a little look at those games that have just gone by. I think these actually games wrapped up yesterday in Group C, so we're going to take a look at those, have the revised odds and all that kind of good stuff. So let's jump in and have a look at it. So obviously, Group C, this is just a recap. If you're unfamiliar with the nations in Group C, well, here they come for you. Okay, so the main bad boys, probably the heavyweights within this group, are Uruguay. They've won it 15 times. I think they are the record holder right now, winning the Copa America the most times, 15 of them. Been runner-up six times as well. Now, previously, prior to this week or the past games, Uruguay were 13-2 to win it. Those odds have dramatically shortened to 6-5. I think they're now second favourites heading into Matchday 2. Remember, Matchday 1 fresh off the press from yesterday. Joining them, it is Chile. That's right. Last time out, they were 12-1 to win it. Their odds have not budged despite their performance yesterday. Those odds remain at 12-1. So they haven't moved. They have not drifted away. They've not come closer. But to be honest with you, I think they did all right. Yeah, we'll take a look at those results as well in a minute. Obviously, they've won it 2 times, just in case you don't know. 4 times runner-up as well. Currently ranked 15th in the world. Uruguay ranked 6th in the world. Joining them was Ecuador. They were odds at 30-1 prior to the game, but they got a bit of a footballing lesson this past weekend, and they're now 100-1. So that's going to give you a little bit of an indication of what went on in the last game. So and also joining them in this Group C, a guest nation, Japan, who started the tournament 40-1 to win it. They've now drifted as well, 150-1. Now, obviously, one defeat doesn't rule you out. You just mean you got to step it up in your next game. So. And I've done a bit more research on these nations and some of the players that are involved and some of the players that they didn't bring along. And Japan actually have a much inexperienced side, so I think this is more. I think they decided to give their main guys a bit of a rest because of their long old season and drafting a whole bunch of youngsters. But anyway, they still could have forced a surprise. Anyway, so here are a quick recap of the groups, or the group for you, and how it looks right now. Obviously, it's kind of a bit of a spoiler here. It should really reveal the table after the results. But anyway, Uruguay did take on Ecuador in the opening game of Group C. That was back on the 16th of June, depending on wherever you are in the world. And that ended up as a big fat 4-0 victory for Uruguay. That's right, boys and girls. So comprehensive victory to put them. It looks like they were going to be on top with that victory, but no, they are second. We'll take a look at that. Anyway, my prediction for this game was a big fat 3-0 victory. So not too shabby, boys and girls. I got the right result, just 1 goal shy. So not too shabby indeed. The other game in this group was Japan up against Chile. And it ended up quite a convincing victory for Chile, as you can tell by the table. I opted for a 2-1 victory for Chile because I just don't know. What to expect from Japan. I didn't know if they were going to be the same Japan or the same sort of mentality as they were in the World Cup. And unfortunately for them, they were not. They were very, very they're taken care of by Chile. And that sets up an interesting doubleheader for later on in this group, with Chile taking on Uruguay. Because I think the next 2 games, it's win or bust for Japan and Ecuador. If they don't win, I think they're going to be out. In fact, tell a lie. Obviously, because of the way this tournament pans out with only 3 groups, there is still a shot for a team to win their last game or win one game and go through. So it's not all doom and gloom. It just, if any old nation can get to the knockout stages, they have a chance to go deep, deep, deep. Just like I was reminded last time out by Purple Hazer, who's watching with us right here, right now, of Japan's performance in the World Cup. They were very, very unsportsmanlike in one of their games in the World Cup, where they were parking the bus big time, and they could do that. The same, any nation could do that. Just to strengthen. I remember Greece back in 2000, and I think it was 2000 actually, when they won the Euros. That's going way back. They played some good football, but they relied heavily on penalties to get themselves through to the final and win it. So anyway, we are going to take a look at these 2 games here. Uruguay up against Japan, Ecuador against Chile. 2004. I'm getting corrected by my producer, Nathan out in New Zealand. He's on the money. He's on the money, is him. You can't put anything past him. So anyway, yeah, those are the 2 games we're looking at right here in this stream. So let's take a closer look at them. So, okay, in fact, Purple Hazer is here, so we're going to go over his predictions. He actually went Uruguay, Ecuador 3-0, just like me. And he actually got a little bit closer to the money with the Japan-Chile score here. So he went with a 2-0 victory for Chile. So at least he got the on point, because I said it would be a 2-1 victory. So my margin is worse. His is better. So kudos to you. Out in New Zealand. Anyway, so let's jump in and take a look at the next 2 games for you. Remember, you guys can still predict for these games right here, right now. Just if you're not watching here on Twitch live, you can stick them in the old comment section down on the old YouTube when this bad boy is uploaded. So just feel free to whack them in there, and I'll review them, and then I'll bring them into the next stream when we'll wrap up Matchday 2, and we'll bring in Matchday 3. So Uruguay taking on Japan in the next batch of matches in Group C. Now, over the years, the 2 sides have played each other 7 times in all competitions. Uruguay winning 4 of them, Japan winning 2 of them, and there's been a draw between them. Now, the bookmakers currently, I've just checked the odds, have Uruguay 9-2 on to win this one. So quite heavy favoured in favour of Uruguay. They, Japan have come a long way. Travel-wise, just like Qatar, the guest nation. Not too sure on their support, how many fans have brought over. I think I did see quite a few numbers though for the Qatar game. I think 2,000 Qatar fans made it over for their draw against Paraguay. I'm not sure about the Japan numbers, but it's a long way to go for this tournament for them. Hence, but as for Uruguay, it's just down the road. Well, not really down the road. It's not that far. They can travel by road if they wanted to. But anyway, so Uruguay should have support, and they are one of the decent nations, heavy-duty nations in this. So I get that, and with that, I'm going to go with my prediction of a 3-1 victory over Japan. We have a couple predictions here on the old chat, which is great to see. Happy about that. We have Purple Hazer's got a 4-1 victory for Uruguay. And we have San Sebastian in 7AZ7. He's going with a heavy victory, 5-0 victory for Uruguay. Well done. Yeah, that's well, you can't fault it. They're going for goals because Uruguay did turn on the juice in the last game. The same can be said for Chile in the other games. So that was it was good to see plenty of goals, and that's what I'm all about, goals. I can't stand the old 0-0s. But anyway, so the bookmakers going with Uruguay. I'm going with Uruguay on the 2 predictions right on the stream, going with Uruguay. So yeah, we'll have to take a look at those when we'll come back around. I don't know when we'll be reviewing this. We'll probably be reviewing this maybe Friday. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Anyway, so Ecuador up against Chile is the other game that's in this group, and it'll be on around about the same day. So get your predictions for that bad boy on the fly ready on the chat there, boys and girls. But before you do that, here's a quick recap of some stats for you. So over the years, the 2 sides have played each other a whopping 53 times in all competitions. Ecuador winning 12 of them, Chile winning 29. So it's not an easy. I know Ecuador, they used to be decent. I remember maybe 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, when Valencia was on the scene. There was another guy, Palacios, I think, who both made moves to Premier League clubs. I remember the day when Ecuador was very decent. They even made a World Cup as well. So they're not slouches, but they didn't do themselves any justice in the last game when they got turned over by Uruguay. So, but the record is there for you. 12 draws between the 2 sides in all competitions. The bookmakers have Chile 5-6 favourites. Ecuador 15-4. The draw is 9-4. So if you are ready and you are watching live on the Twitch, chuck in your predictions now for this game. Sensastian, what you got for me? What you got for me out there? We've got Purple Hazers going with a 3-1 victory in favour of Chile. And I'm going to go with a big fat 2-0 victory for Chile. I think they'll get over the line. Again, Chile, you know, obviously over the years they've been fairly decent. Prior to last World Cup, you know, it's quite surprising that, you know, how the South American qualification panned out last time out. Peru squeezing in there, Argentina left it late to get through to the World Cup, and Chile didn't even make it. So, and Chile, for, you know, to be honest with you, I'd say one of the top 20, maybe top 25 nations in world football. And they couldn't make the World Cup. San Sebastian came in there with a 3-1 Chile as well. So yeah, two 3-1s and a big fat 2-0 for me. Yeah, he's swallowing you, Purple Hazel. He's following you. So anyway, that, my friends, is what we're just talking about right now. It is Group C over in the Copa America. So a little bit later on today on the Twitch sphere, if you just stick around, we'll go over the first couple of games, or the first 2 groups in the African Cup of Nations. So we'll be having that in a little bit. But anyway. Yes, Chile have won the past 2, but they've gone through a right rough patch, and they're relying a lot on some of their experienced players who you know sometimes just don't turn up. You know Sanchez throughout the season for Manchester United has been awful. I know he scored you know, yesterday or whenever the game was. You know, it's just very, very hot and cold at Chile at the moment. But anyway, just to recap, if you just stumbled across this content, just want to kind of go over what's going in the future on the platform, not just here on Twitch, also on YouTube, and also on Patreon if you want to get stuck involved in that bad boy. So over throughout the new season domestically, I'll be going live on YouTube to predict the Premier League and the Championship, and then we'll pre-record the Bundesliga, the La Liga, and Serie A leagues, match day by match day. So every week there'll be many prediction videos coming out, or live streams. Over on Patreon, there'll be much, much more. You can catch 2 additional leagues in England, League 1, League 2, the Scottish Premier, the top division out in Portugal, top division in Holland, top division in France. They're all there on Patreon. I'll show you the links in just a second. But right here over the summer, you can still join us. There's still plenty of live streams going on. We are just getting started, boys and girls. We've got the Gold Cup. We're talking about the Copa America right here, right now, and very soon, in literally minutes, we'll be kicking off the African Cup of Nations right here on Twitch. So anyway, if you want more information on those, you can go to these lovely linkaroonies. There they all are. For you. So yes, anyway, that, my friends, is where we're going to leave you for. And again, this is the old Patreon. Check it out. There is a link somewhere, whether you are watching it on Twitch or on YouTube. Maybe down there on YouTube, maybe down there still on Twitch. But anyway, that, my friends, is where I'm going to leave you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. But if you do, smash the subscribe or follow, depending on wherever you are. If you are watching on Twitch, make sure you smash that follow. I'm trying to get it up to 50 followers. I don't do much Twitch, but I'm going to be changing that in the near future into the new season. But anyway, there is still time to get your predictions in for this set of matches. Just stick them in the chat, stick them in the comments section. I'll review them before we come back around for the next batch. And then we'll present them to you in the show, just like I did with Purple Hazers once, because he was here. He's been here since the get-go. Credit to the lad. So, but yes, that, my friends, is where I'm going to leave you in just a short minute. If you are watching on Twitch, give me another 10 or 15 minutes to reset the clocks, reset the blocks, and I'll be back again for the African Cup of Nations. So Sensastian, Purple Hazer, I will want to see you here. I want to see you here, and I want to see you predicted. So don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Just go get a cup of coffee, cup of tea, whatever you like. I'm going to reset the clocks, and we'll be back in just a short, smelly minute. Ciao for now. If you're looking for some more great Copa America content, why don't you join me for one of my live sessions over on Twitch. Details to the channel down in the description below.